You can see my screen, put a 1. Okay, great. So basically today we're just going to be going about on lot sizes and how to modify trades. I notice most people are still having issues. Madam Anne, I know by now, the video you watched, did you get to that part about pips? Pips. I'm really particular about that before we go into today's topic. Have you watched the
Yes,
video?
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
did. I watched it, but I don't understand. I couldn't hear from the video when you were talking about some Euro USD and some other pairs and how to get their decimal places. In the video
Okay.
you sent to me, it went mute. I couldn't hear properly.
Oh, okay.
So you need
No
to go
problem.
back to explain
We'll
that.
I'll share more from that pips calculation. I think
Okay.
the other guy seems having issues with that, or maybe he forgot. I don't know. So pips calculation, basically, I don't want to go into the background of trading because that must have been mentioned in that video you watched, and I think you have a little bit of background based on TBX. So you see, all we do in those markets is still buying and selling. All right. And normally when you buy, the goal is for the price to increase so that you can be in profit, is it not? And when you sell, you want the market to come down. Now, when the market prices change from one price to the other, we say it changes by pips. The way you measure your body temperature, there's what do they call body temperature again? Is it in centigrades and the rest of them? Driving is measured by speed, is measured in kilometers. Now, when market prices also change, is measured in pips. So I hope you have your notes. So, and you can write this down in your notes. A pip is a change in market price. A pip is a change in market price. Is a change in market price. First up. So let's say the price you entered Euro USD at 0.807. If it changes to 0.808, we'll say it has changed by pips. That's the difference in those prices. Now, pips, when you say a pip, write this down again in your notes. A pip is the 4th decimal place. A pip is the 4th decimal. 4th decimal place. A pip is a 4th decimal place. First up. Now, what do I mean by that? In maths, when they say something is a 4th decimal place, 4th decimal place means 0.0001, meaning the number it's in the 4th figure after the decimal. That's what the pip means. And when you say a pen, you're referring to one pen. I hope you know. If you say a what else? An umbrella, you're referring to one. So when I say a pip, I'm also referring to one pip. All right. Now for this pip calculation, because we have different currency pairs, at this point you're not right to know. I'm just explaining. Because you have different currency pairs, the way we also calculate for each of these pairs differs. Right. If I say in Nigeria, everybody is a black man, am I correct? True or true? If you agree with me that every man in Nigeria is a black man, put a true on the chat box. Don't worry, you add good later. Put a true on the chat box if you agree. Good. Now, do you know that in this same Nigeria, we also have people that will say, oh, they are fair, they are light in complexion, right? Now, this set of people are also black, but they are more like exception to the rule. So also in the Forex market, when we measure pips, it's like there is a general, the way we say everybody in Nigeria is a black man, there is a general pip calculation for major currency pairs that are common, such as Euro USD, GBP USD. Those are major pairs. They all use the same calculation, like a general one. But when you say, oh, we have the fair skin ones, the light skin ones, those are like exceptions, even though they are black. Now, these pairs in the Forex market, if I compare, are like pairs like the JPY. In fact, any pair that has JPY, whether it be Euro JPY, AUD JPY, anything JPY, they all use the same calculation model for their pips too. is different from the general one. Now, let me give another scenario. For a commodity like, in Nigeria, we also have albinos, right? Albinos in Nigeria are also of black origin if their parents are black. But the point is, their own exceptionality is totally different, is it not? So even though they are blacks, even though they're in Nigeria, they're of Nigerian descent, they are also black, and their calculation is going to be different. So also in the forex market, a pair I can liken to an albino is what I call gold, because the calculation for gold also differs. All right. So these are like the three major summaries. Every other thing falls in between these three. So now let's take a look at each of them, one after the other. So write this down at like a subheading. Pips calculation for currency pairs. This is like a subheading right now. Pips calculation. Trust me, you want to have these notes, because at your early days when you're calculating, this is what you always refer back to. You don't want to make mistakes. So write this subheading. Pips calculation for currency pairs with 4 or 5 decimal place. 4 or 5 decimal place. That's the subheading. In other words, this subheading still means for major pairs. All right, so it's still the same thing, those major pairs. Now, what I'm going to write now is what you're going to be using anytime you enter those trades to know what you're making. So are we together? If you're here right now, if you've written the subheading, put a 2 on the chat box very quickly. Put a 2 on the chat box. Put a 2. I know Tnechi already has this note, so just be following. Okay. And if you've written the subheading, put a 2. Okay, great. So write this down. Please pay attention to the zeros. If you want to send 10,000 naira to me, if you mistakenly add one more zero, that's 100,000. The gap is wide. So when you write this down, you don't want to make a mistake. So for this kind of currency pairs, 1 pip is equals to 0.0001. That's 1 pip. 10 pips. 10 pips would be 0.0010. Now write that down and take a look at the difference between the 1 pip and the 10 pips. When you've written it down, let me know, and you're going to mute yourself. After I tell you what 20 pips is, you will now be the one to the rough guess and tell me what 40 is. So 20 pips is equals to 0.0020. So Anne, what do you think 40 would be?
40 is going to be 0.0040.
Good, 0.0040. All right, that's great. Now take a guess. What do you think 55 will be? 55 pips.
And that's going to be 0.0055.
Exactly. So let's take a guess. 100 pips.
100 pips is going to be 0.0100.
Great, great. You're a good mathematician. 120.
0.0120.
Great. So now we are going to go into, please write all of this down. Then we'll go and check the currency pairs and how we apply these things. All right. Once you've written it down, just drop a 7. Let me know. Then we'll go and share the screen and take a look at the currency pairs that this applies to. Okay, great. So it's written down. Now, and let's go to your MetaTrader. I'm going to make you co-host again. So you're going to tell me the currency pairs. Remember I said currency pairs with 4 or 5 decimal places. So I'll make you co-host. You go to your MetaTrader and share. All right, you can go ahead. So click on the share on your Zoom page and go to your MetaTrader. I stopped sharing mine. Please go ahead and share your screen. Okay, I know you wanted to add. Okay, stay here first before we add this. We'll come back to that. Now look at this currency pairs. Take a look at Euro USD. You know, after the Euro USD, after the point, they're about 4 or 5. We call it 4 or 5 because some is approximated on top, assuming it's an Android phone. But I think on an iPhone, you see the 5, right? So there are 5 numbers after the decimal point. So for such a pair like Euro USD, that calculation is what we are going to be adding. Let's say we buy Euro USD now. If you want to say, okay, we're going for like 50 big profit, what it means is that 0.0050 is what we're going to add to the entry price to get the figure that 50 pips should give us, the price it should give us, so that when the market gets there, it closes. Don't worry, we're still going to do the practical, but that was just an example. So still share, don't worry, still share. You are going to give me another example. We'll go back to MetaTrader. So apart from Euro USD, can you tell me another pair on your list that falls in that category of 5 decimal places? Oh yeah, Madam Anne, just you can unmute yourself. I gave an example of Euro USD. Which other one has 5 decimal places?
Coach Doyin,
Yes.
I couldn't hear you properly. Your voice was a bit low, so I was trying to tell you that, but I didn't know how to do it.
Oh, okay. Let me take it again. Can you go
Hold
back
on,
to
let me go back and then let me start the screen, share my screen again, and then I will do it. All right, so I'm sharing my screen now.
Yes, so I'm on
Okay,
this
you were talking about
Euro USD. I said some currencies have about 5 decimal place. You know, that was the rule for currency pairs with 5 decimal place. By 5 decimal place, I mean after the points. So if you look at Euro US, the price is 1 point. After that 1 point, there are 5 numbers after the decimal place. That's an example of a currency pair with 5 decimal place. That's the type we use that kind of calculation for, pips calculation for, right? So let me give another instance. GBP USD also is a currency pair that has 5 decimal place. So now you look at your screen and look for another pair that has that 5 decimal place. I mentioned like 2.
Oh, we have Euro CHF and AUD USD.
Okay, great. Euro CHF and AUD USD, good. Another one.
AUD card, which odd card,
Okay.
and we have AUD CHF.
Okay, good. So now these are examples of currency pairs, general currency pairs that we use such calculations for. So let's take, for example, click on the buy, Euro USD buy. You know, this is just a rough calculation. We are not analyzing anything. So just click on Euro USD buy. So how do you buy? Press good, new order.
Oh, what do I do? What am I meant to do?
Press that Euro USD. Click on it.
Okay. Okay, I've clicked on
Go to that.
details. Okay.
Yes. Don't normally. Oh, no. Go back. It was an Android. You were supposed to see new order. Even on your phone, you should be bringing out new order.
Oh, wasn't doing that.
Okay, you know what? Go on that plus icon. I think I know what it is. Go on that plus icon. Hold on. Scroll down to where you have Forex ACN.
Okay.
Forex ACN. Now add this now. This others ones would be. Click the plus icon in front of them.
I should add all of it.
Yes, click the plus icon. So I think it's the ones with this B at the end that would be able to go through. Then click the done. Also, let's go back there. Let's add gold at once. Click on that plus again. Go down to where you have gold. Okay, click on it. There's still another gold, just in case this does not go through.
Should I put the 2 gold?
Yes. Note, one is AUD USD. That's the major one, not AUD Euro. So add the AUD USD. Gold
Oh,
USD.
that's the AUUSD. That's the second one,
Yes.
gold spot.
Yes.
Oh, I already added the first one. Should I take it out?
No, you can just leave it. Just put done. Now
That's
go
your
back
favorite pair.
Yes. Click on the plus icon.
Okay.
So go to gold. There's another one, gold 0.
Okay.
Oh, no. Wait. Okay, yes. Add this. Plus. Done. Great. So now I want to do an example of a currency pair. Like I said, that has 5 decimal place so that we can now add those pips later. So scroll down. Okay, now where you have AUD USD,
This?
the one with a B. Good.
Yeah.
Trade. Click on trade now.
Okay.
Like that. So place a buy. Let's just say we are buying. We are not analyzing, just for practical sake. So let's say you place the buy.
So I should place a buy now, buy by market,
Yes,
yeah?
buy by market. Good.
Okay.
So now let's go back to class. We'll come back to this trade later. Also, pick another trade. Let's pick another trade. Euro USD. Euro USD. Good trade.
Should I place a buy now?
Place a sell.
I should place a sell. Okay.
Okay, so we'll come back to the trade notification for both of them later.
Okay,
Now let's
that's fine.
go back to our class.
Okay.
You can start sharing the screen. Thank you. I'll take it from there.
Okay.
So subheading pips calculation for JPY pairs. Can write that down. Pips calculation for JPY pairs. That's a new heading. Subheading. Pips calculation for JPY pairs. So next year, anytime you enter JPY, you can't use the calculation for normal currency. I hope you know by now. You don't want to make that mistake. So it's important. So write this down. And 10 pips under this type of currency, 10 pips will be equals to 0.10. 20 pips. Do you want to take a guess? 20 pips will be what?
That's going to be 0.20.
Great. 0.20. So next, 55 pips will be what?
0.55, ma.
Okay, great. We're put together. So 60 will be 0.60, like that. Then what do you think 100 pips will be? Let me see if Anne will get. And the question is for you.
Okay, that's going to be 0.100.
No, we are moving from tens to unit. So this time around, it would be, okay, guess. One last trial.
To be honest, I don't know.
1.00.
Oh, interesting.
Exactly. So 120 pips will now look like this. That's 100 plus 20. So you need to know what 120 will be. That will be 1.20. Sorry, 1.20. This will be 120. 150 pips will look like 1.50. So let's even say somebody say, oh, we are going for 175 pips. That would be 1.75 pips. So no matter the number of pips you're going for, once you know your entry price, it's difficult to now add or subtract whether you're buying or you're selling. So that's for JPY pairs. Please quickly write it down. Then we can now go to lot sizes. Then now apply both the lot size and these pips to all the trades we take. So let me know once you've written this down. You can drop an 8 on the chat box. If you have it before, don't bother writing notes. Nature, I know you have it. Okay, great. And so this one now is applicable to JPYs. So when you buy or sell on JPY, you're not going to be adding the ones for those USD and the rest. No, this one is for any JPY pair. So let's say, for example, go on your MetaTrader. Just go on your MetaTrader. Let's take a trade on USD JPY. So go on USD JPY and just click buy. Click buy. Just buy. Just buy. Don't worry. Just buy down. Just click the buy by market. Once you click that buy, let me know. Waiting. Okay, great. So the last, let's go to gold. Don't worry, we're still going to apply all those things we wrote down. So gold. Now, you know, gold, I gave an instance of albinos. And you know, albinos, when the whole world is seen in the morning, they are seen at night. So gold is like that. Gold movement is different from every other one. It's like opposites. So pips, at least on my broker, at least major brokers I know, that's how they calculate. Pips calculation for gold pair. You know, in science, gold, just like we have H2O for water, in science, gold is AU. So, but in Forex, you add an X, that X represents the Forex. So is XAU paired with the US dollars, that would be USD. So gold, that's why I called it gold pair. So 10 pips for gold will look like this. 0, 0, 0, 0 point. Sorry. Take a look at my screen again. 10 pips for gold will be 0.0001.00. Like this is like opposite. The points came after the 1. Can you notice that 3 zeros followed by 1 before the 0, 0? That's 10 pips for gold. Please, at this point, write this down because if you're following me later and I'm taking a lot of gold trades, you won't be lost. 20 pips. 20 pips, sorry. Can you hear me? 20 pips on gold will be what? And try.
That's going to be 0002.00.
Good. So next thing, 45. Tell me what 45 pips will be.
000 0045.00.
000. Explain. Come again.
0045.00.
I'll flog you. But I'll go and get your note. Is that what I taught you?
Oh, sorry.
You've seen the difference now. 0,
Yes,
0, 0. Because if you go and add a different thing. Your answer will be different too. It's like somebody that is waiting for the market to get to 1,000. That's where everybody wants to take profit. You now do mistake and add 10, meaning you're waiting at 10,000. What it means is the market will need to pass 1,000, 2,000, 3 before hope of coming to 10,000, which might not happen. So you just be hearing that people are saying, "Oh, TP eats, we made profits." Only you're wondering what's happening because of just 10 mistake. So 50 would be 0.005. And take a guess, 68 will be what?
68 is going to be 0.0006.80.
Good. All right. Oh, guess 100 will be what? Notice where the unit tends moving towards. So the 100 will be what? 100 pips. Nobody wants to take a guess. And let's go for it.
What
Take
did
a
you
guess.
call me?
Don't worry.
To be honest, yeah. God, I'm
Let's give
nervous.
it a try.
0.0001. No. I take it back. I take it back.
Okay,
I take it
recall.
back. Whoa. 0.00.
3 zeros.
Then another 0.
No, don't worry.
No,
So
I'm wrong.
hundreds, you're wrong. If
Okay.
hold on, let me give you another. 60 is already 3 zeros before 6. Notice where the unit is. Unit is after the point, then the tens is before the point. The 100 should
Okay,
be
so
what?
it's going to
Before
be
the tens.
0010.00.
Exactly. 10.00. That's it. So 120 would look like
Yeah, I feel you. So it's going to look like, yeah,
0, 1, 2,
2.0.
Now, if there is
Yeah.
any pair that can give you 500 pips in one day, in fact, what am I even saying? 700 pips in one day is gold. Let me now give a scenario. If you enter a gold trade, let's say you entered at 1792 and it moves to 1793, that's already 10 pips. If it was normal currency pair, it would have been 1 pip. But with gold, that's already 10 pips. So if from 1790 it comes down to 1750 in that day, that's already 400 pips. I don't know if you understand. So something that would have been 40 is like 400.
Could you please
That's
take
how
it
gold
again?
move. I'm saying, for instance, gold changes from 1792. Look at the example I gave you, 0.001 changes to 0.002. That's 10 pips difference. Did you notice what you wrote for 10 pips on your note and 20? That's like 10 pips. Something that should have been 1 or 2 difference is like 10 or 20 pips with gold. So if you entered a trade at 1790 with gold, you bought, and it increased to 1791, that's already 10 pips move, not 1. Do you get now? So don't worry, those things that we are writing, it might not really make sense until we start the calculation. So let's go into a little bit of calculation. Now you've entered those trades you picked on your phone. Anytime you enter a trade and you did not put your profit level or your stop loss, you are not different from the guy who opens the business, stocks the product, and then he's not staying in the shop. Now, if he's not staying in the shop, if robbers come, he's not there to stop the losses they might incur in his business if they pack all his goods. And if he's not there, so if somebody wants to buy and bring his money so that he can profit, if he's not there to take the profit, what also happens? He loses the profits. So anytime you enter a trade and you don't put a profit level or a stop loss level, it's just like someone who has come to waste their capital. All right. So in doing that is where we are going to use this pips calculation. But before we get there, let's go into lot sizes. Or before we go into lot sizes, let's just use this pips calculation. So write this down as a subtopic. Trade modification. Trade modification. Trade modification. Full stop. So right, to modify a trade means to take profits and stop loss. To modify a trade means to add take profits, and stop loss. Full stop. So what it means now is, have you written that down? And let me know if you've written that down. Trade modification means to modify a trade, to add take profit and stop loss. Okay, good. Now, you know those trades you entered, you did not put take profits. You did not put stop loss. So what it means is you've not modified that trade and anything can happen. Your money will just could be going up and down. You wouldn't know what's happening. So let's go take a look at how we want to modify. Now in Forex, nobody's going to be saying take profit all the time. Another word for that take profit, like the abbreviation, is TP in capital. You see it. That's when you hear people say TP eats. T for take, P for profit, that's TP. Then stop loss, abbreviation S and L. S for stop, L for the loss. Do you get? So from this moment onward, I won't be saying take profit. I might be saying TP. What's the TP? What's the SL? I'm talking about the take profit and stop loss. So let's take a look at those trades you entered. You can unmute yourself. Do you know how to see the entry price for a trade? When you take a trade, do you know what the entry price is?
No, I mean, you just said that I should just buy at the moment. I just acted with.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to make you share your screen again. We're going to go to that trade.
Okay. Should I go
I'm
first?
going to make you. Yes, go ahead. Share screen. Okay, now wait, let me guide you through these icons. You see the third one at the bottom of your screen where the root trade. Any trade you've entered, that's where you're going to see it. The first one, quotes. Quotes is where you see the list of currency pairs.
Okay.
The one where the root charts, you know, the roots on like candles, where you see the chart analysis. We're still going to set this chart to look like mine. So remind me. The trade is where any trade that is running, you're going to see it. And the history is where you see any trade that is closed. That's where you see it.
Okay.
So now let's go to the trade, running trade. Great. Now you see that AUD USD buy you took. Directly on that AUD USD, there is an entry price. You know, there are two numbers, 0.69773. The one to the left, directly under AUD USD. Anytime you place a buy or a sell, the first number under that currency pair is your entry price. Especially when you do market execution, you know, it's the market that gives you an entry price. You did not choose the entry price. So directly under that currency pair, that's your entry price. Do you understand now?
So the entry price, is it 69773 you're talking about?
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Now you can see there is another price in front of it. That one is always changing. That's where the market gets to. So that one changes as the market price is moving. That's the current market price. But your own entry is the first one. Now, to be sure you understand what I mean, look at a Euro USD on your screen. What's the entry price for that Euro USD? Remember I said it's always the first one.
The entry price is 02238. Is that it?
Yes, 1 point. Now, the difference between here and TBX is for Forex, you know the full price. Do you get?
Oh,
You
I
know,
see.
TBX, TBX, we approximate, but yeah, we don't. Because the
Okay.
last three you're calling can be on another number again, still within that trade. So to avoid the errors, we use all full. Good. Now, what's the entry price for the USD JPY?
134.912.
Great. So the entry price is always the first. Please, you can note that down so you don't forget. If somebody comes back and asks me what's the entry price for a trade he or she takes, we're going to have issues. So write it somewhere in your notes. Notes, entry price is always the first underneath the currency pair once the trade is running. Okay, so what we just did, right? You know, we bought this AED USD. Of course, with example, we didn't analyze. Now you can see it's a loss. You can see that minus 1.11 is in a loss. That's why it's red. What it means is we did not even put a margin to say we want this loss to stop here or we want to take this profit. So to do that, that is what we call that we want to modify a trade. Now remember when you're buying, for you to make profit, let's say you bought the land at 500K, you would only make profit on that land if it appreciates beyond 500, meaning if it goes to 600, you make profit because you bought at 500. That 500 was like your entry price when you bought. So the same for X2. Now, imagine you will make more profit if it goes to 700, right? That was because there is an addition to the price you entered that buying order for that land. The same thing when you are buying a, for you to make profit or take profit, like we call it in Forex, we must add pips to your entry price. That's the only way you make profits. But what if you were losing? Let's say you bought a land for that same 500, but instead of the thing appreciating, it's now reducing to 400. And are you running at the loss or making profits?
Sorry, say it again.
Let's say you bought the land for 500.
Mm-hmm.
If that land increases to 600, have you made profits?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So why was there a profit? Because there was an addition to the
Mm-hmm.
price you bought, right?
Yeah.
That price you bought is like the entry price. So anytime you buy two in Forex and you want to calculate your profits, meaning you must be adding pips to your entry price.
Right.
But let me ask you something again. Let's say you bought that land for 500,000. Instead of increasing, you now add that the land is now 300K. Did you make profits?
No, you're at a loss.
At a loss. Why is there a loss?
Because your main capital has even depreciated. Like, I mean, it's depreciated. It's not
Yes,
increased.
you're using an accounting language. But to a layman, what it means is that depreciation means there was a reduction, right, in the value of the land. So meaning there was a subtraction. Now, when you calculate here, when you want to calculate your stop loss, it's like saying you're deducting from your entry price because when you buy, it's supposed to be going up for you to take profits. So your stop loss is like saying, I don't want to lose beyond this level. So every day, when you go into business, you need to come with the mindset that it's not every day that is Christmas. All those people you see on the road who have a salon, whatever business you're doing, it's not every day they are very profitable. There are some bad days in business. But you can always say, see, today I don't want to lose beyond this level. So anytime that loss gets to that level, that's what you call your stop loss. So that land you bought at 500, if you say today, I'm not going to give this land out until somebody is paying 1 million. That 1 million is like you saying, this is my take profit level. So at 1 million, you would have made extra 500, is it not?
Yeah.
To flow back, okay. But if it was running at a loss, you can say, see, because I need money urgently and I need to dispose this thing. If nobody comes and buy at a profit, even if I have to sell at a loss, I'm not selling below 400. At that 400, you're not making profits, but it's like saying, see, I'm not willing to lose more than 100K out of this money, so I peg it at 400. That 400 is like saying, once anybody pays that 400, I'll take it. That's your stop loss level. You're not going to accept 300 because that's for the loss. So that's the idea behind stop loss and take profits. So for us to modify this trade now, that trade you took, just note the entry price, write it in your notes, 0.69773. Now we're going to run calculations. So your entry price is 0.69773. Have you noted it down?
Doing that now. I'm writing it now.
Okay.
That's for AUD USD.
Yes.
Okay, I've done that.
Okay, great. Now let's go back to your notes, right? Formula for modifying a buy trade. Formula for modifying a buy trade. Formula for modifying a buy trade.
I've written it.
Okay, good. So right, in a buy trade, comma, for you to calculate your take profits,
Yeah.
you add pips to your entry price. So in Ethiopia, you're following on. We add pips to your entry price. Full stop. Have you written that?
Yes.
Now, in a buy trade, still the next line, like still on this buy trade. Now I want to calculate the stop loss. In a buy trade, comma, for you to calculate your stop loss, you subtract pips from your entry price. You subtract pips from your entry price. So what that simply means is once there is a subtraction from your entry price and you buy trade, you're losing. If it's adding, you're making gains. So this is a formula right now on the screen. I'm sharing my screen. TP, remember TP means profits. Buy trade. Right now. CP is equals to your entry price plus entry price plus pips. Entry price plus pips. Why the stop loss would be entry price minus pips. First stop. So remember I told you let's do an example. That AED USD trade you bought. What's the entry price again? Give it to me. Call it.
0.69773.
0.69773. These are our entry price. Now we want to calculate the take profits. The formula for take profit says entry price plus pips. So I said, oh, Anne, I entered a trade for ED buy at 0.69773, and I want to go for 60 pips profits. What it means is, what is 60 pips for this kind of normal currency pair? Can you check your notes? Let me see if you still remember.
That would be that you're talking of the very first one.
Yes.
Okay, so how do I go about it? Should I put the zero
So
zero
call
stuff in front?
it 0.
Okay, 0.0060.
Good. So what I'm doing right now, I don't know if you can can still see my screen, I'm going to be adding that entry price and what you just called. Now, when you're adding, some people always make mistake. They don't arrange. You need to arrange according to the way the decimal point is. Do you get? So I'm going to be adding from the back. But if you can use calculator to just give you the figure straight. So I'll drop the 3. Okay, hold on. 3, 7, 3, 1. 1 plus 9, 10, 0, and 7.
It's moving backward.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't. Thank you for saying that. 3. Supposed to be moving this 7, 3, 0, 7.0. So this is what the take profit figure will give you. If you also use your calculator, what I just did was add both of them together, right? This will now be the take profit. Remember, it's like saying we entered at 0.69 and our profit is going to be at 0.703. That's the take profit. So this figure now is what you're going to go and put at where we have the take profit. So anytime the market price gets to 0.703, automatically that trade will close on its own. It's like you setting it down. So I'm going to show you where you're going to put this on that trade that you entered. Madam Anne, are we still together?
We are not together. In fact, not at all.
Okay, you know what? Just use your calculator. Press your calculator on your phone. Add the entry price you wrote down plus this 60 pips I wrote. Let me know the figure it gives you if it's looking like what I calculated down.
Okay, so you're saying that I should add 0.69773. Should
That's
I
your
plus
entry
or minus?
price.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's the formula for taking profit when you buy? I used an illustration that you only make profit in a buy trade when the prices go. You know, they'll tell you when the price go above your entry, you're going to make profit, is it not? So there must be an addition. That's why we are adding this 60 pips. I just decided to use 60. We could be adding 50. We could be adding 100. But the point is for that profit, the price it must give you must be above your entry. And it's only be above your entry if you add. What I need you to understand is the basis for adding. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good. So this case now, we just decided to use 60 pips. We could be using 100, depending on the move, how we analyze the market. Later, you will know how we get the number of pips we are using. But for now, we are buying. So once you calculate the profit for that trade, we are doing 60 pips, meaning you add 60 to the entry price for the trade. And you already know the entry price, which you wrote down. Now add 60 pips. Good. So use the calculator to add both of them. And let me know the figure you get.
Okay, so now I've done 0.69773. So I should add 0.0060. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because that's 0.016 is the equivalent of 60 pips for this kind of currency. Do you get?
Okay, so that's 0.70373.
Exactly, that's the same thing I wrote. So still put it down somewhere. I'm going to show you, write it down on your notes, that take profits. That figure I gave you is what we call the take profit. That's the TP. So write it down. I'm going to show you where you're going to go and add it on that trade that is running. Let's also calculate the stop loss. Now, in the formula you wrote for stop loss in your notes, stop loss means entry price minus pips. So we already know the entry price, which you have. Let's use 30 pips for our stop loss. So what's the equivalent of 30 pips? What's 30 pips again for this kind of currency pair? If 60 pips is 0.060, what's 30 pips? And?
Are you talking to me? Sorry, so sorry.
Yes.
So if 60 is 0.0060, then it's going to be for 30 pips, yeah? 0.0030.
Good. So that's 0.030. Subtract it from the entry price. Let me know whatever it gives you. Use your calculator. That will be our stop
Okay.
loss figure.
Let me do that now.
So let's hope you're still following. This is like a refresher for you, sure you know. 0.69773 minus 0.0.
Okay, that's 0.69473.
Good. So indirectly, sometimes what I do after I finish that calculator, I just take a look at it like, okay, does this thing make sense? Because stop loss is supposed to be lesser. So it's like saying I entered at 697 and now the loss level is 694. It makes sense because it's lesser. So each of this figure you have now, you will now go to that trade. Let me stop sharing my screen. Let me tell you where you're going to go modify. You can share your screen now. Share your screen. Let's go to the
Okay.
trade. Yes. Great. So click on that to modify, right? You will press the trade down. The trade that is already running. When we want to modify AUD USD, press it down. Press, not tap. Press. And what you did was tap. You see where they wrote modify. Remember, to modify means you want to put CP or stop loss. So select modify from the
I've
option.
done that.
Your screen is still on modify. Okay, good. Now, you see where they wrote, thank God you use an Android phone, so it's better. Safe. You see where they wrote stop loss, not set. Take profit, not set. Those figures you got after you calculated, you are going to type it there. Do you understand?
What's the?
I'm with you. So,
Okay, I'm
in front of
on
that stop
modify.
loss. Yes, in front of that stop loss. Are you seeing where they wrote stop loss on the screen?
Yeah.
Good. It's just going to bring one number automatically. You need to type the correct one there. So that thing you calculated for stop loss, you now type it there, 694. Good. For the take profit too, type the one for take profits, where they wrote take profits.
Okay,
Great.
I'm done.
Now you can see is highlighted now. Click on modify. Normally, if you're new, I always tell people, do it separately, because if you make mistake, let's say you got your CP correctly and you did a mistake on the stop loss, it will not let you modify. So you might not know which one you made the error on. For now, you can still be doing it one by one. Now, to be sure you've modified, tap this trade. You want to see the figure. I remember when I just started trading Forex, there was a day I lost $800, and it was because a call came in while I was modifying. So I thought I had modified. Meanwhile, it did not. Now, you can see in front of SL, they put the figure, right? And in front of CP, you're seeing the figure. Good. That's how you know you've modified. Once you see it there, you're good. So what you're going to do as your assignments, I want us to quickly check lot sizes before we go. You see the other two, you are selling Euro US. You're going to modify those ones yourself. I'll tell you what you use to modify. But let's go and calculate the formula for a sell trade. You only wrote the formula for a buy trade. Now, remember when you trade, when you sell, you want the market to keep going down, right? Is when the market goes below your entry that you make profits in a sell trade. So what it means is for your TP, you will be subtracting pips from your entry price.
Write this now?
Yes, you're going to practice it right now. So before we do
should
that,
we write this now?
Yes, we are going to do it. Don't worry. So let's return back. Now write this trade modification for a sell trade, or the subheading to modify a sell trade. Sell trade modification. Write the notes. In a sell trade, comma. In a sell trade, comma. In a sell trade, comma, for you to take profits or calculate take profits. Take profits. You subtract pips. You subtract pips from your entry price. Entry price. Full stop. So what it means is anything you do in this market, entry price is important because it's by adding or subtracting. If there's an addition to your entry or subtraction, that's what will determine what you're making or losing. So entry price cannot be overestimated. So have you written this down? What you have on your screen in a sell trade for you to take profits, you subtract P from entry. Okay, good. So this is the formula. This is what it means. TP for a sell is equals to entry price minus pips. That's how you take profits. But let's say we're calculating the stop loss. Write this down. In a sell trade, for you to calculate the stop loss, come on, you add pips to your entry. Full stop. It's just word and opposite. So meaning if I'm supposed to be making profits when it's going down, when I'm selling, if it's now going up, that means it's in loss. That's why we are adding to itself. Do you understand the difference, Anne?
No, but I have to read and understand.
Okay, but let me give you the scenario. You still remember that when you sell, Sunechi, don't worry, don't bother about the TBX. I'm just saying. Remember in TBX, anytime you click that sell button, what happens after for you to make you know the market must close below your entry price.
Yeah.
For you to take profit. Good. So that is the same thing for this formula. That's for you to make profits here also. The entry price, there must be a reduction. And how do you reduce? By subtracting from it. So in this case, we are now subtracting pips from your entry price for you to be able to get the profits. Do you understand this one I just explained, the profit parts?
Not exactly.
Okay, let me take it again. Just follow me one after the other.
Okay.
In TBX, if you click the sell button, let's say your entry price was 210.
Yeah.
If the market closed at 205,
will
you be in profits?
Yes, definitely.
Why? Why are you in profits?
Because it's reduced now.
Thank you. So now also in the same Forex, if your entry price was 205 or 210, you only make profits if it also reduces.
Yes.
If it does not reduce, you will not make profit here also. So that's why we are saying for it to reduce, meaning you must have subtracted, is it not?
Yes.
That's why the formula is saying for you to take profit in the sell trade here, your entry price must minus pips, meaning it must reduce so that you make profit. That's the analogy. Now, let me now ask you a question, still on that same TBX. If you click a sell at 210, instead of reducing to 205, it increases to 220. Will you be in profit or will you lose that trade?
Even to 11, you will lose the trade.
Thank you. Why are you losing? Because there was an increase when you sold. Now, the formula here too, when you sell, is that if you are losing, if you're losing, there must be an addition to your entry price because it increased. Do you get now? So it's the same principle there. Exactly, that works. So that's I'm writing on the screen now that your stop loss is equals to your entry price plus pips because it increased, because there was an addition. That's why it's in loss. But assuming it's in profit, it must reduce. Do you get it
Yes,
now?
I
Yeah,
do.
so good. So let's say that trade you entered, did we do any sell?
Yes, we did.
Good.
The
Let's go and
second one.
make it. Oh yeah, tell me which one did we sell?
Hold on.
Okay.
Um, Euro USD.
Good. What's the entry price?
The entry price is 1.02238.
Okay, hold on. You just be looking at this screen. I want to do a math calculation on my screen. So we sold Euro USD. Come in. We sold Euro USD. We sold Euro USD at, what's the entry price again?
02238.
1.02238. Now, for us to make profits in this sell, what it means is this market must reduce from that 1.0228 and go lower. That's exactly. So let me say, let's reduce it by 50 pips. What it means is we're going to subtract 50 pips from this entry price, because that's what the formula says. Take profit equals to entry price minus pips. So 50 pips for this kind of currency pair is 0.0050. Do you still remember that part?
Yes.
Is in your note. Good. So use your calculator now. Use that entry price minus this 50 pips. Whatever number it gives me, that's your take profit. Let me know. Because we just assumed our take profit is going to be 50 pips. So tell me with your calculator once you've done the maths. Today's class is basically for Anne.
Thank you, guys.
We have less than 16 minutes to the end of this class. And we've not even done lot size. This class is 1 hour 30 minutes.
How many pips did you say this is?
Use 50.
Okay.
So that will be 0.0050.
Oh my God, I've made a mistake.
Are you not using calculator?
I went to use gold pair calculation for it.
Oh,
let me start again. Sorry, guys.
okay. Don't worry. Whatever figure you get, you modify yourself. That will be your assignment. Do you get? And will not get. I want to calculate it and let's do it here. Whether you like it or not, I'll give you assignment. I know you. I'll still give you assignment. Don't worry. You get better in breaks the more you practice. So what did you get?
I got 1.01738.
Wait. Call it again. 0.
1 point.
1 point.
017. 38.
So that is she correct? Or you think I won't come for you? So, and remember what I told you, how you can know. You can now take a look at this, you answer that, okay, does this still make sense? It's like I'm entering at 22 and I'm now exiting at 17. Yes, it makes sense. Do you get? So you're correct.
Yes.
It's like saying you entered at 22 and the profits are at 17. It reduced from 22. So yes, it's going to be correct. So what it means is this figure is what you're going to go and put. You're going to press that Euro USD trade, select that modify option, that stop loss place. You put this figure there. For take profit, sorry, you put this figure. So now for stop loss, use 25 pips as your stop loss.
This was stop loss.
You said what? Yes. So then calculate 25 pips. Look at the entry price on my screen. Calculate 25 pips and tell me what the stop loss figure will be. Let me know if you see the entry price.
Oh, so this one I did now is for TP.
Yes, now because it's a cell, we subtracted. So what you did was TP. Do you get?
Yeah.
So go and put this in the TP place. Let this brother calculate the stop loss and tell us. He's the one that will give us the figure we are going to use. So you just go and be modifying. If you want me to call the figure for you, I'll call. And so I'm waiting for Snitch. You
Okay.
subtract 25 pips from that Euro USD and tell me what the stop loss should be. God will cash you. I know with your notes. I don't remember what 25 pips is. Snitchy?
A call came in. I was just trying to end it.
Okay.
Yeah.
First
Coach
of
D, are
all,
you going to minus or plus
for which one?
for this stop loss?
Now you answer the question. When you sell in your TBX and it's going above your entry, that not loss. So meaning you are going to
Yeah.
add. Are you
Stop
subtracting?
loss.
I don't know. This thing is confusing me now. Jesus
You're
Christ.
adding pips to your entry price.
And
Okay,
first
what
of
I
all,
just
are you writing the note?
yeah,
Are you
but I'm
writing the
going
note
back.
I asked you to write?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, check the formula where they wrote stop loss in your notes. It's even on the screen right now. Stop loss is equals to entry price plus pips. Anytime it confuses you, look at the formula.
Okay. I've seen it. So entry price plus pips.
25
And then you
pips.
said
25 pips for stop loss. So then I think
okay.
what's 25 pips for a pair like Euro USD? Call the number for me. What would 25 pips be?
It's 0.0025.
0.0025. Okay, great. So add 0.025 is what you are adding to that entry price.
Yeah.
Let me know once you're done adding.
Okay.
Hurry up, oh, hey, hurry up. And doesn't want us to pick lot size.
That's 1.02488.
Good. So now ask yourself 1.22. You entered at 22. Now it has increased to 24. Do you understand? That's another way you checkmate what you just calculated. So yes, it's above your entry and you are selling, meaning that should give you the loss. So that figure you just calculated is correct. Go and put it where you put the stop loss. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Good. So do that, man. All right. Once you do that, yes, modify order. Great. Now let's go to what we call lot sizes.
Mama, this is why you're saying I should forget TBX. I asked about HFX, so you did not reply me. Are you hiding update from your boy?
No, she isn't telling.
You know the issue is when you understand forex, it's the same principle. You were hearing me asking her that if she's in loss, that TBX must go above. And you adding, it's still the same principle. The only difference is different brokers. Guy, trust me, I've been trading for 4 years.
This one.
Done HFX. I've done forex. I know the one that is better. If you're doubting me, she's coming from HFX to come and do forex. If HFX brokers are very good, everybody won't be going back to forex. I don't know if HFX brokers are not regulated. When you put your money on them, it's risky. When you want to withdraw, they might delay the withdrawals for 2 weeks. Imagine you need money urgently and they will come up with no excuse. You can make profits, they will return your capital and say that your gain. Something happened, you took bonus, you did not follow their rule, and they'll just return. So imagine you made extra 1,000 on your account, they give you your capital back. But forex broker that is regulated will never do that. Do you get? It's the same principle of trading, but that one is like you're trading in minutes. You are not calculating
Okay.
all these take profits in here. You just wanted to go above your entry. It's risky, my girl. Learn Forex. When you finish
Okay.
learning Forex, if you now want to learn it, I'll show you the way. When you now practice it too, you yourself will now determine, this is the one I want to stick with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma.
And how was your experience with HFX brokers? How's your experience? And
Am I still on mute? My experience, to be very honest.
your experience was what?
Can you hear me?
No, your line is breaking.
Hello?
I don't know if it's my network. So Nechi, can you hear her well?
Is
Is her
everyone
line
there?
breaking? Or is it mine?
Yes, ma.
Who can respond?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Ansu is saying she can hear now, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, great. So I was saying, how was your experience with TBX? That's HFX. Let's just
My
tell this
experience,
man a little bit.
my experience with TBX, to be very honest, at first it was great. Then after a while, I feel like a lot of people, let's say the brokers started realizing that a lot of people were making money and were understanding how the market works. And
Right.
they realized that a lot of people wanted to start taking their profits. And
Mm.
because of that, it was more like they started becoming very wicked, you know. They started becoming wicked. They'll make your trades hang. They will take you out. They would have temporary issues,
Right.
they'll literally put you in shambles, and
In fact,
it
what you
wasn't
said
worth it.
was suffering. See, the moment you start with TBX, they know you're still new. You're making little money, $10, $20. They don't care, right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you like, withdraw $20 10 times a
Mm-hmm.
day. But the
Mm-hmm.
moment that money start increasing, you're suddenly consistent with your withdrawals. They'll
Mm-hmm.
start delaying the withdrawals. Then sometimes you want
Yeah.
to pick a trade, the network will hang, their site will not
Yes.
be accessible. Those are the
Yes.
major issues with all these TBX brokers. So my guy, if we say stick to Forex for now, you want your money. I had someone I brought into the system. This guy managed to grow his $100 account to 400. Are you listening? But he did one mistake. He didn't tell me. He went to accept the broker's bonus. When he was, and they have this policy that when you take their bonus, before you can withdraw, you must do 3 times their bonus and your capital. So let's say they gave you a bonus of $200 and you had $100, meaning your total capital is 300. Before you can withdraw that money, it must enter 900. Most people will not read that part. They're not going to take bonus. When the guy's money now got to 400, he now applied for withdrawal. The moment you apply for withdrawal, they will see it as a breach of contract of their bonus. So they will even tell you that it has not gotten to 3 times, or they will not warn you. Instantly, you breach their contract, they're going to take all the profit you made back on that
Jesus
extra
Christ.
money. Yes. So let's say your profit got to 600. Remember, you're still going to 900. 900. You meaning that you have made extra on top of their own 200. They will take everything and return your $100 to you. That was what happened to the guy. So, and if you've been trading TBS, you know what it means before you even get it from 100 to 600. And then they now wipe everything.
You will lose weight. Lose weight.
So that was what happened to the guy.
That
So,
one
guys,
is legal scam.
The legal exactly, because it's legally backed. They'll tell you it's in the contract.
Yeah.
So guys, still
Yeah.
stick to your forex. When you're now very good, you can go and play with money you are willing to lose.
No,
Or-
no, I'm sticking. I'm sticking.
That's it. So lot sizes is the subheading. So Madam Anne, lot size means, write this down. Lot size is the percentage of your account you're willing to risk per trade. Lot sizes is the percentage of your account you're willing to lose per trade. Have you written that down?
Yeah.
Good. Now, there are three types of lot sizes. This guy just made me remember something. So in Forex, when you are losing, you can still stop your loss. You can put stop loss. In TBX, there's nothing like stop loss. So if you risk $10 and that trade does not go your way, you've lost the whole $10. That's another disadvantage, my dear. So lot sizes is the percentage of your account you're willing to risk. First up. Now write this down. There are three types of lot sizes. There are three types of lot sizes. There are three types of lot sizes. Number one, micro lots. Number two, mini lots. Number three, standard lots. Full stop. And let me know when you write the three.
Done.
Okay, great. Now, let me explain this. You see, this lot size is what determines what each one of us makes, depending on our account balance. Let's say, for instance, you have a $100 account. No, let me give you, you have a $500 account. I have a $200 account. So then she has a $100 account. Now, the lot sizes we can use for each of the account differs. All of us can enter the same trade, buy. Let's say Euro USD buy. If I use the lowest lot size and that market is going for 20 pips, I can be making $2 on that 20 pips. You too that is going for the same 20 pips, you can be making $4 on the same 20 pips. Someone else can be making on the same 20 pips, can be making $200. Another person can be making $20. The same number of pips is all of us are going for, meaning our take profit figure could be the same thing. But the difference in our dollar balance would be as a result of the lot size we choose for that trade. That's what I'm saying is a percentage. So under micro lots, and write this down in front of that micro lot, 0.01, that's the lowest. When you see something is micro, that's the lowest. So lowest lot size for trading is 0.01, written that, comma,
Yeah.
0.02, then dots, like dash, till 0.09. All of them, from anything from 0.01 up to 0.09 is like the micro lots. So write something like that down, and you'll know. Have you written it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me do an example under this micro lot. So the next line, right? Whenever you use 0.01 lot size, comma, lot size. Whenever you use 0.01 lot size, if the market moves 10 pips, remember market move is measured in pips. So that's why I said if the market moves 10 pips, write this down. Please don't make mistake. If the market moves 10 pips, you make $1. Full stop. And once you've written, let me know.
Done.
Still on the same 0.01. If the market moves 20 pips, if the market moves 20 pips, you make $2. Can you see? It's like double. So when you use the same 0.01 as your lot size, when the market, meaning if you were going for 10 pips profits, what you will be seeing in your dollars equivalent is $1. If you were going for 20 pips, meaning you added 20 pips to your entry when you bought, when the market gets to the price you set, you should be seeing $2. If you move 30 pips and call Anne, how many dollars will you make?
$3.
Good. So that's just the way. But let me now give you another scenario. Let's say you were using, you were using 0.01. But let's say we're using 0.02 lot size. If the market moves 10 pips, you will make $2.
Right.
When you're using 0.02. Good. Now, if the market does 20 pips, you make how many dollars?
$4.
Good. So it's more like double. So the more the market moves, the more your dollars increase based on your lot size. But let's say you were using 0.05 lot size. If the market does 10 pips, you'll be making $5. If it does 20 pips, $10. 15 pips, $20. That's how 15 pips, $15. Sorry. That's how the market, that's how it reacts with this lot size. Now you see, when you hear that people blow accounts in Forex, it's simple. They don't know this calculation. Because if you understand this calculation, you will not use a lot size that does not go with your account. I used a scenario of you use 0.01. The market moves 10 pips, you only lost or make $1. Because you need to be thinking you're making or losing. Now, if you had $100 and you lost $1, would you feel it? No. Meaning, if you're using 0.01 on the $100 account, even if the market moves 100 pips, you have only lost $10, meaning you still have 90. Do you get? So using 0.01 on the $100 account is safe. Now let's go into standard lots. Let me show you something else.
So move that number
to standard
if you
lot.
use 0.09, does that mean $1?
0.09 lot size. If
yes,
it does
lot size.
10 pips, if it does 10 pips, you make $9.
Okay.
Do you get? So if it does 20 pips, you will make $18, like double of that $99. That's what you keep getting active. Good. Now let's go to mini lot size. That's the next one. Mini. Now let me show you something. Mini lots. Mini lot starts from 0.10. 0.10, comma.
Okay.
You can write it down. 0.11. You can now put dot till 0.99. So meaning 0.12, 0.13, 15 is still mini. Even if you use 0.20, that's 0.20, it's still under mini. Up to 0.99. Okay. Those are mini lot size. Now let me give you the implication when you use this kind of lot size. So let's say we are using 0.10 as a case study. So whenever you use, write this down, whenever you use 0.10 lot size, comma, if the market moves 10 pips, and do you want to take a guess how many dollars you make? Whenever you use 0.10 lot size, when you use 0.10 lot size to trade, if the market moves 10 pips, you make how many dollars?
$10.
Good, great. You make $10. Maybe you could also be losing $10. Always remember. Now, if the same market moves 20 pips, how many dollars will you make? Good. If the market moves 30 pips, uncle,
$30.
$30. So let's say you had the $100 account. You are now using 0.10 lot size because you saw somebody's account that is making big money. You want to make. Now, if that same person, something huge, meaning if with a stop loss of 30 pips, This person would have lost $30 out of the $100. You know your account is
Yeah.
done, they blow small. But the
Yeah.
person who used 0.01 would have only lost $3. That's where risk management comes in. So you need to know your account balance and know the lot size that fits it. If you're using $100 account, it's 0.01. If you want more money, increase your capital. It's just like CBX. Somebody who has
Yeah.
$50, you know, you want to be trading with 100 here. The more your capital, the more you can increase what you lose. So for a
Yeah.
$500 account, the good lot size for you without risk of blowing your account is 0.05. That way,
Okay.
nothing will happen to that your capital. But if you go and jump and use 0.50, let me show you the application. When you use 0.50 lot size, if it does 10 pips, you know you've made $50, right? If it does 20 pips, how many dollars will you make, Anne?
20 pips, $20.
No, you were not following. I knew it.
Sorry.
I
Say it
said
again.
if you're using 0.50 lot size, if it does
Okay.
10 pips, meaning you make $50. Eh? If it does 20 pips, how many dollars is that? Sis, I need you here. I'm not gonna
I'm
myself.
here.
We are
Sis.
not coming back
Are
to
we
this
talking
class
about
on lot
micro lots now,
sizes.
or are we talking about
We are
mini
still
lots?
on mini. Mini is from 0.10
Okay.
to 0.99. So between 10 and 99, there is 50.
Okay.
So 0.50 lot size. When the market moves 10 pips, you make $50.
Yes.
Remember? Good.
Yes.
So 10 gives you 50. 20 pips will give you what? 100.
$20.
That's double of 50. No. 10 is
Confused.
giving us 50 now. Let me write this down. Let me write it on the screen so it will become clear. This is it. So Nechi, are you here? I think I'll catch you today.
Yes, I am.
Whenever you use, we are on menu, we use 0.50 lot size. And pay attention. If the market moves 10 pips,
Yeah.
10 pips, we say we make or lose $50. Meaning if the market moves 20 pips, 20 is now double of 10. So if 10 pips is giving you $50, then 20 will give you how many dollars?
100.
20 pips. Good. You make 100. Because 100 is that's twice of 50.
Yes.
You know, some people are like, this money is sweet too. Let me go and use 0.50. So I just go for 20 pips. I've made $100. Good. If the market moves 30 pips, how many dollars do you make? $150, is it not?
Yes.
If it does 40 pips, $200.
Yes.
If it does 50 pips, $250. So let's say you had a balance of $500 and you put 50 pips stop loss and it hit your 50 pips stop loss. What you means is you've just lost $250 out of $500. True or true? Will it pay you? Yes or no? Will it pay you? If you don't want it to pay you, don't try 0.50 on a $500 account. Because what it means is if this thing goes 100 pips against you, may God not let you go and trade gold. Gold that can go 800 pips in one day. So 100 pips is my. So you now go and set 100 pips as stop loss and use 0.50. What it means is the whole $500 is gone. Do you get? So your lot size will let you know what you risk by your capital. So on a $100, 0.01 is the best thing. On a $200, 0.02. Because if you use 0.01 on the $100, before you can lose the whole of the $100 in one day, it means the market must have gone 1,000 pips against you, which is rare for one currency pair to do 1,000. The only one that can do that is gold. Gold can do 700, 800 in a day if the news is intense. So at least you still have $20 left. to build on. That's if you not use stop loss. Okay. Now you're losing everything. But all these currency pairs, what makes them move very much is news. So on a good day, most of them don't do more than 100 pips at a go. So meaning you still lose $10, you still be fine. But if there is mad news, like there's a particular news the first week of the month, that kind of news, most of them they can go like 200 pips, normal currency pair, all these Euro USD, whatever GBP, they can go 200 or even 300 pips. You are still fine now, even if you do 30. But the one that I know that with news or without news, you can do like a madman is gold. So anytime you're trading gold, please don't over leverage. Even if they say you can use 0.05, because it's good, you can reduce it and say, oh, I'm still new here. Let me use 0.02 so that way nothing will happen to you. The Lord is your strength. Say amen.
Amen.
Okay, so let's go to standard lot. Standard is the highest. Standard lot, just like the name starts from 1.0. The rest was till 0.99. So standard lot. And this is where the money is. Of course, this has to be on a big account size too. Standard lot start from 1.0, 1.2.0 till infinity, as your account size can carry. But this is the implication. Whenever you use 1.0 standard lot, Taneshi, I'm coming for you. Use 1.0 standard lot. If the market moves 10 pips, how many dollars do you have? Taneshi, come and answer me.
You make or lose $100.
Good. 10 pips. And did you hear that?
Yes.
So it's like the person either making $100 or losing $100 at a go. The same 10 pips that somebody else will lose $1 and $10. Another person is losing 100. So what if he moves 20 pips?
You make
How
or
many dollars?
lose $100.
Good. And if you move 30 pips, how many dollars are you losing?
$300.
40 pips.
$400.
Good. So 50 pips.
$500.
So what it means is if somebody has a $500 account and he uses standard lot 1 to take that trade, if that trade goes against the person with 50 pips, the whole of the $500 is gone. Now, because the broker would even always take a little bit of charge, they will not even wait for the whole thing to get to 50. By the time it's already 48, they will close it and the whole money is gone. So don't use this type of lot size on a $200 account, $500 account. It's not safe. If you want an account that this lot will work for, please let your balance be $10,000. From $10,000, you can one lot size and you'll be fine. If it was 2.02, what it means is 2.0 lot size, the market moves 10 pips, $200 is already gone.
Yeah.
Or made.
So the higher the
that
lot size.
Good. The higher the money you're making or you're losing. That's how it works. So how do you now see where the lot size is on your trade? When you want to place a trade, now let's go and share your screen. Let me show you that and we come to the end of today's class before our head will blow.
Yes,
So
because
like too many information there. So come to your screen. I understand you, don't worry. But I know your head is already hot. Now all those trades you took, you can see the buy 0.001, sell 0.001. You're seeing it on the trades you took.
okay, AUD USD says buy 0.01.
Good. That 0.01 was a lot size you used. So it's like saying you use the lowest lot size possible. Remember,
Micro.
Exactly. So, but where do you select the lot size before you trade? Let me show you. Now, go like you want to pick a new trade. Totally. Go to that your quote. The first arrow on that screen. Quotes. Good. Click on Euro JPY. Trade. Now, just before you click buy or sell, you see where the wrote directly where the wrote market execution. You see where the wrote market execution, right? There is a 0.01 underneath that market execution.
Yeah.
The one that is in white. Good. That's where you change your lot size. You can either manually change it or you click on the plus beside. So if you change it to 0, type in 0.02, it will change to 0.02. If you change it to 0.010, 0.02. So you've changed it. If you click a buy now, that's the rate you're using to buy. So buy, just click buy. I hope you also know how to place pending orders like buy limit, sell limit. Did you practice it?
No, I've not. No.
Did you? But you watched that video on how you can place that trade, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just show you where you place such trades. Don't worry, they would have given you the entry price. Go to quote again, like you want to pick another trade. So select, you can select gold. Trade. So where you have market execution, change it, tap there, tap that up where you have market execution. You see the drawdown of other good. So if it's sell limit, click on sell limits. Anyone they tell you buy limits, anytime they're giving you a penny order, they'll tell you which one you're using. So they will give you the difference between a penny order is they will give you the price. It's like saying, I'm not going to sell until the market gets there. So you need to put your own entry price, not the market now. So for that price, where you can see where the road price, or you type in 1810. It's in 10. You can
So
see
write
once you click
1810.
there, yes, you type it there. Now, another thing to note, anytime you click on it, especially iPhone users, it will just bring a price. You need to put what you want. If not, that thing will just give you wrong thing. It's in 10. It's in 10.00. Good. You can now place. But before you place, let's put CP. You know, we've not set CP or stop loss. Because we are selling, our CP needs to be below. So that, yeah, leave that 1793. Let's use it as our CP. Oh yeah, stop loss. Go to stop loss. Remember, stop loss for yourself needs to be above your entry. So if we are entering at 1810, if we are losing, it has to be something that is above 1810 because we are selling. True or true?
Yeah.
So let's put 1820 as a stop loss. In place. Good. Oh yeah. Place that order. So that's just how to select spending orders. They would have given you the entry price. Your own is just go there and activate anyone. So the assignment I'm going to give you now, these other traits that we picked that you've not modified, you're going to modify them. Now, remember the other two are USD JPY. Hope you know they are JPY pairs. So when I say go and add 50 pips,
Yeah.
you are going to go and use the calculation of JPY you wrote down. That's what you'll be adding, not the one for Euro USD and the likes. So the assignment is USD JPY for that buy. Make the TP 100 pips. In fact, all of them 100 pips.
Please say it again.
The take profits, add 100 pips to it.
Okay.
And the stop loss, make it 50 pips. That's for the two trades you are running, USD JPY and Euro JPY. That's your assignment. So you have to submit that assignment latest tomorrow. And what I always tell people, anything you learn on Forex, if you don't practice it that day, you will forget, especially if it's your first time. So if you know you don't want to forget, if I were you, maybe like 10 minutes after this class, I'll quickly go and run the calculation, then send me the screenshots so that it's still fresh.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Do we have any question? No, not yet. Don't worry. When you practice, you have questions. Thank you. We've come to the end of today's class. Now, we're supposed to have our class tomorrow. But I have something coming up. Let me stop recording first, sorry. So tomorrow's class would be